scanning through the bands and heard you call us CQ, and so I got to talk to you a few minutes the other night, but it's been a little while since we've chatted. So I haven't heard Sebastian in a long time either. I don't know where everybody is.
I know exactly what you're saying. We're doing something a little different tonight, kind of, sort of. We've got our portable gear out. We're getting ready to leave 1st of August for a western run, Colorado, Wyoming, South Dakota. We're going to do a bunch of portable live streams. So we broke the equipment out there, so to speak, and going to see if we can give it a whirl and see how it works out there, Roger.
Yeah, you had mentioned that the other night, and so I wish you all the best with that. Are you live streaming right now?
We are live streaming right now, as long as I can get my pictures to show up properly. But yeah, that's what's supposed to be working here, Roger.
Okay, very good, very good. Well, I wish you all the best with the travels and everything. That'll probably be a lot of fun, and maybe I can work you when you're out of town there.
Yeah, we're certainly hoping that we can make some contacts. You don't know until you try. And so we're hoping that it works out okay. We've had nothing but, this is an amateur station, if you know what I mean, and it certainly feels that way. We've had more issues just in the last 10 minutes than we care to shake a stick out, if you know what I mean. But a little by little, I think we'll get through it. But yeah, it's still fun in the process. But we've used the equipment before, but it hasn't been since Memorial Day. But we did change with the radio setup, and we picked up a Heil Pro Elite headset today over at Dan's in Overland Park. Wanted to try to get that out today and see how that sounded as well, and then get ready. This time next week we'll be in Colorado, and we hope to start operating at least Friday evening. It should be fun there, Roger.
Trying to remember that. Off and on in the evenings anyway, so maybe I'll come across you and get a chance to work you. Yeah, it seemed like you had an antenna or something that had fallen down, didn't you?
Yeah, I had my tower. I had one of my guy wires that was guyed onto a tree to the north of the tower. The limb's about 1.5 feet, so it's a good-sized limb. But, we had those storms, 3 weeks ago or whatever it was, straight-line winds, and it decided to take the limb. And as it took the limb, it also took the guy wire, and it took the tower down. A couple of little bends and bruises on the beam. The tower didn't really sustain any damage, and it took a few days, of course, to get everything back together. But I'd like to think at this point we're done and over with any more surprises this summer.
Randy, I wish you all the best with the travels in the next week or two, and hope that works out. And hopefully we'll be able to find you. It'd be kind of fun to talk to you when you're a little further away. Might even have a better signal that way because we're being so close together.
Cactus, you got a frequency for it?
Yeah, the frequency's in use, guys.
Hang on a minute. A lot of short skip here lately. I talked to Lincoln, Nebraska. I don't think it was last night. But Oklahoma City, and I think I mentioned that to you the other day when we talked. So. Well, anyway, tell you what, Randy, I'll go ahead and let you go.
0808.
Maybe some others.
All right, yeah, got it. 08. On the Phil, are you on frequency?
Before long have...
Phil, you're on frequency. We're going up to 08, Phil.
Yeah, okay, Mike, I appreciate it. I tell you, one way you'll know when we're on and where we're at, you go to YouTube and go to the channel, and you can hit that notification bell on my. We'll talk with you later. Whiskey 0 Yankee Kilowatt 0 Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you, Mike. Take care of 73s.
Okay, Randy 73. I'll be clear. WW0Y.
Okay, great. As K0RWB QRZ. Any other stations? Come with your call here on 40 meters. This is the Kilowatt 0 Radio Whiskey Bravo QRZ. Any stations anywhere? Come with your call. Well, I hear a station out in the distance. Try your call again. See if I can pull you out a little better. Well, I'm getting the Kilo Zero, but I'm having a hard time getting the rest. Pump up the volume, as they say. Let's try it again. Okay, I think I've got it. Kilo Zero Yankee India Oscar. Is that a Roger? Okay, so this would be Ron out in Colorado Springs. There, go ahead. Well, it's funny. Hey, thanks for giving us a call, Ron. I appreciate it. The name here is Randy. In the QTH, we're 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri. And this time next week, we'll be sitting up in the Black Forest there, Roger. Well, thank you for asking. I got a nephew that's getting married in Denver on Sunday, the 1st. He's getting married, I think it's at 5:30 that night. So we're family and I are going out. We're bringing our camper. We've got some friends that live in the Black Forest there. They got about 5 acres, so we're going to be little mooch docking. We'll be there until Monday, and then Tuesday morning we'll be heading up into Rapid City, South Dakota. Well, I tell you, it's going to be a busy trip. Hopefully, it's a fun trip. We've got the equipment out to a couple down Security Widefield, another one up in Monument, and then we've got several up in Denver and Fort Collins, even a couple down in Pueblo as well. I mean, we lived out there for about 11 years. We were stationed out at Peterson, so we know that area quite well. Even though it's building up every day, I think I can get myself around town pretty well there, Roger. Hey, tell me real quick before the conditions drop, Ron, what's the working conditions? What are you operating over there? But doesn't really matter. We're making contacts. You're the second one tonight, and actually, first time I've made a contact in the Springs here for several weeks. So we do thank you much for that. I don't see a contact in the log here, so thank you for the first one. Again, we're actually live on YouTube. You're interested in listening to our QSO, Ron, you can go to my QR zip, but you get a chance to hear yourself on the air there, Roger.
Roger, yeah, you're coming up to about a 5.9 now. Earlier, before you were actually better than that before your router crash or whatever, but it's getting a little better now. Just to give you a report.
Yeah, I think so. You know, it's you know, because of the different time. You know, because of the different time zones we're in. You know, you start too late, then the West Coast, or excuse me, the East Coast is shutting down. I do on 40 meters. I get a lot here in the Midwest. Really enjoy it. We have Wisconsin and Michigan, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, of course, Arkansas, Texas, and it's probably a little early for you guys, and probably way early for West Coast. So you got to pick a time and get started, and hope as the time goes on that the conditions get a little better. You came up quite a bit that time at 5 and 9. Nice signal, really nice. So hopefully the band will open up for us here, Roger.
Roger, yeah, same thing, same here. It's clearing up. So, okay, well, I'll let you go so you can make more contacts. 73, and have a safe trip to Colorado Springs.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. As long as it doesn't get too hot. You know what central and western Kansas can be like this time of year. It's going to be an egg boiler, no doubt. So we'll see. If we can get through there, if we get the Lyman, we'll feel a whole lot better. And then maybe if we get into Callahan, Peyton, we'll feel a whole lot better. And then hitting Woodman, I feel really good when I get to Woodman, but it is what it is. Hey, thanks again, Ron. Appreciate it very much. And if you hear us out there again, stop by, give us a call. We'll kind of pick it up where we left off. But very nice to hear you in Colorado Springs. That you just made my day. Kilo Zero, Yankee India Oscar. This is Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo, Randy in Kansas City. Thank you again, Ron. 7-3s.
7-3, Randy. This is Ron King. K0RWD, this is K0YIO clear.
All right, thanks again, Ron. This is Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. Oh boy, here we go again. Well, I picked up another one, Kilo Oscar 4, excuse me, Kilo Oscar 4 Echo, is that a right, Echo question mark? Well, that time it helped out quite a little bit there. Kilo Oscar 4 Echo Yankee Lima. Roger? Oh, great. Hey, Jonathan, thanks for giving us a call. As much of a struggle it was, I don't care. To me, it's all worth it every time you make a contact. Again, the name here is Randy. In the QTH, we are 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri. There, go ahead. Well, you know, it seems like 40 meters, at least the last couple of nights, has been playing tricks on us. We just had a contact out in Colorado Springs on the Front Range, and it was a struggle, and all of a sudden he bounced up to 5.9 and plus. So hopefully that'll happen to you as too. You're about 5-1, 5-2, John, but you know, that's just the way conditions are. Again, it might be a little early for both of us, so you never know. It can open up real quick, just like open up a door there, Roger. Well, thank you, John. I appreciate that. And thank you for the contact at Columbiana, Alabama there for sure. Do appreciate that very much. And thank you for the first contact. We do appreciate. Thank you for taking the time to give us a call. We try to be out here during the week, 7 o'clock Central-ish, give or take, depending on technology issues. So we do appreciate that very much. Like I said, we are live on YouTube as well. If you want to listen to see how you sound on the air. That last go-around, you sounded really good. You came up quite a little bit. But anyway, go to YouTube, put in my call, K0RWB, look for the one that says live, and then probably, oh gosh, I would say about 12 minutes in is about where you and I started. Kilo Oscar 4, Echo Lima Yankee, Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you again, John. Take care, 7-3. Okay, this is Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo, QRZ. Any other stations come with your call, please?
November 8, Golf Lima Radio.
November 8 Golf question mark?
November 8 Golf Lima Radio. QSL?
I think so. Boy, the way things are going, I'm hoping I get this right. November 8 Golf Lima Radio. Is that a Roger?
Roger, Roger.
Okay, hey, text a few new friends and just having a great time there. Go ahead.
Yeah, you sound good here in Michigan. You're 5-9 plus. We're just here. I'm running portable here at a campground. We have our SNEP, I guess you call it a family reunion, campground in northern Michigan and called Silver Lake State Park. So out here on the shores of Lake Michigan, running just off a battery. And
yeah, we'll be doing that next week and the week after. We'll be doing some portable ops, Colorado, Wyoming, and South Dakota for about a week or so. And that's what we've got out tonight. We've got our portable equipment out right now, giving it kind of a stretch in its legs with the radio, the antenna, and so forth. We just picked up a new headset today, and it seems like it's working. We're making some contacts anyhow there, Roger.
Yeah, you sound real good here, so I'll let you go. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey, thank you, Ryan. Thank you so much for giving us a call there. And congrats on the portable. Yeah, again, it sounds really good in my receive. The only downside is those batteries can take a beating sometimes. But, hey, that's all right. That's what they make chargers for. Hey, take care, brother. Thanks again. November 8, Golf Lima Radio, Kilowatt Zero Radio, Whiskey Bravo. Thanks again, Ryan. 7-3. Okay, QRZ, K0RWB. Any other stations come with your call? Gosh, hope we didn't run through them all already. Kilowatt Zero, Radio Whiskey Bravo, Randy in Kansas City. QRZ, any other stations? Come with your call, please. The Tango Golf Station, was that Todd again?
Yeah, Roger. How you doing, brother?
Well, you know, well, I wouldn't complain. It wouldn't do any good, but yeah, it's been one of those interesting evenings already. Like I said, we've got the portable equipment out that we'll be taking with us next week, making sure everything works, see if we can make a few contacts in the process. Seems like so far so good. Probably not going to be as strong as we are at the main Studio A, so to speak, but you know, that's okay. Making contacts is still the name of the game, even if it's a 5-1. I'll take it anyway there, Todd. Go ahead.
Do that. You're coming in about a 5-6 in south central Kentucky. There's a lot of noise on the radio, but I'm hearing you good, over.
Yeah, you know, I noticed that earlier. I was actually up and running at 7 o'clock Central, and then technology snafu between the computer and the internet just kind of went off the rails, so we had to scramble to get back around again. So we've been out here now for just right at 20 minutes, so we weren't too far off. We're going to give it a go here for about an hour or so, maybe a little bit long, depending on if there's any stations out there who'd like to say hi. But yeah, you know what, it's working. Like I said, this time next week we'll be in Colorado, probably not operating Thursday night, but Friday for sure. And then that following week is going to be gangbusters. Hopefully we'll be able to get out like we are tonight there. Go ahead.
Yeah, roger that. Well, I'll be looking forward to hearing that, and sure hope to have a lot of fun there, though.
Well, you know, I certainly hope it will be too. The only thing I worry about, of course, is if something doesn't work like it is currently, or we're down in a hole or depression or something, and we're not able to make any contacts. I've had quite a few emails from other stations, you know, wanting to know the time frame, when and where, and so forth. So I have a feeling that some people are kind of, you know, looking forward to it. I am as well. I just hate to disappoint if we're not able to get out because, you know, something with the antenna or location or what have you there. Go ahead.
Well, one thing you can will be there with you if they sure department. You'll overcome and adapt, I'm sure of it. Looking forward to hearing it. One of these days, I still wish I could get out there, but that's looking more and more unlikely of it.
Well, you know, time will always tell. Hey, if you wouldn't mind real quick, I'd like for you to give me your feedback. We picked this headset up today from Dan over at the radio store. I think that's where your certificate came from. It's the Heil Pro Set Elite, I believe it's what it's called. And, you know, not really sure the way it's sounding. It sounds okay in the headset. Curious what it sounds like on your end.
Yeah, roger that. Be listening.
Well, I'm just curious. We did a quick little adjustment there while you were talking, so we bumped up the treble, moved the bass down a little bit. We don't want it muffled. We'd like to have it a little bit clearer, of course, and hopefully hope that'll clear it up. It did for me anyway, and we've got phase 1 and phase 2 on the side of this headset. I don't know if it made any difference or not, but it sounds a whole lot different here in my receive. Maybe it'll sound a little different to you as well.
Yeah, Roger. When you turned up the treble, boy, you can really tell that there's kind of a little pinch and a lot of treble, like you were going up through a pile of settings, not your normal full sound there.
Oh, so now you're saying it's too much treble.
Well, I'm not saying it's too much. I'm just saying that it was more. It was not near as full as what you normally are there.
Well, I guess that's good. I'll back it down just a little bit, and put a little bit back in the bass. You know, I didn't realize you could actually make changes on the settings while you're talking at the same time. I thought it always took you back to the main menu, but apparently not. Well, Todd, I'd like to know whose idea it was to have all the static on the band tonight, because it sure is noisy on my end. I'm not sure what you're hearing on yours, but boy, I've got a lot of snap, crackle, and pop here. It sounds like somebody's eating Rice Krispies.
Yeah, same here. A lot of noise on the band, a lot of noise. You're up and down, a lot of QSB out there.
Yeah, well, you've been holding pretty steady, 5.8 to 5.9 the whole time, so nice to see that you've got a decent signal. Again, you know, we got a compromised antenna, you know, thing's not real big and the loaded coil and what have you, but you know, we're making it down to your location, and we did get out to Colorado Springs just a few minutes ago as well with an operator out there. So I know it's working. I just wish it worked better, but I think that might change as the band goes on, but we'll see how it goes. And hopefully we'll have a few more people show up on the chat. Again, if I was a little bit more consistent, they'd probably know where I was at, but that's just the way things have been here lately, and so hopefully we can get everything squared away as time goes on, but never fails. I need something done. There is Todd to answer my CQ, man. Way to go, brother.
Well, I'm glad I found you. I just happened to turn the YouTube on and saw that you were on. And I thought I'd jump up here real quick to see if I couldn't say hey. I'm sure there's more people lined up there just ready to talk to you, so I'll bow out and get out of the way so you can have some more QSOs. And we'll look forward to hearing you while you're going on your trip for sure. God bless you, brother. Great to hear from you. Step out of here and say
Hey, thank you, Todd. Hey, man, always enjoy it. I could do it nightly. Be fine with me. Always enjoy having a chance to talk with you. It seems like both of us always have something to say. That makes those conversations great. Hey, take care, man. Until the next time. But thanks for answering the CQ, man. I really do appreciate it. Kilo Yankee 4, Tango Golf, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you, Todd. Take care, 7-3. That's Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, QRZ. Any other stations out there other than the one that's hitting me on the lower frequency? QRZ. Any other stations, please?
November 8, Golf Delta X-Ray.
Well, that was a nice signal. November 8, Golf Delta X-Ray. Boy, that's probably one of the best signals I've had so far tonight. You must be in my backyard.
I don't know if mid-Michigan is your backyard for 20 meters. I guess it is.
Okay. Well, close enough. 581 miles is a straight line is what the logger says. Hey, thanks for coming back, giving me a call. The name here is Randy. My call again, K0RWB. We're just outside of Kansas City, Missouri there. Go ahead.
All right, Randy, thanks for taking my call tonight. I just was going through the band and heard your nice sounding signal and thought I'd wait and see for you to call CQ again, and you did, so I came back to you.
Well, I appreciate that. It looks like there's either someone down at 203 or 204 who didn't realize we were up here and just bleeding us living daylights out of us. Hopefully they'll figure it out and get out of the way there. But when you're in the clear, boy, 5.9 plus, so terrific signal. And we haven't been out here this long, so we've got a nice first contact here in the Michigan tonight. So we do appreciate that very well. Got you pulled up here on QRZ as well there. So I see you've got a nice collection of equipment. Tell me by chance, what radio are you on tonight there? Go ahead.
I'm on the ICOM 7300 tonight, and I'm using an ACOM 1010 amplifier, about 400 watts tonight. Back area.
Yeah, okay. Hey, let me take a quick standby. I want to go down to 203 if maybe we could see if maybe they've moved here since we've been sitting for an hour. Stand by 1 sec.
On that, and we're glad to be able to get in here. I think it's been a couple weeks.
Well, I'll tell you, Jeff, it didn't seem like it's going to work. How about if we just move up one to 206? Let's go to 72-206 if you don't mind there, and maybe that'll help go away because they're down at 72.5 and they're just banging away at me. So if it's all the same to you, I'm just going to QSY here 206. Go up one there, Roger.
Roger, roger.
Okay, K0 RW QSY 7206. Well, let's try this again. Hope it's a little better. November 8, Golf Delta X-Ray, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you again, sir.
All right, Randy, I hope you can hear me with a little less QSB from the other stations. Thanks for taking my call. I am just using a homemade dipole at about 35 feet for 20 meters, and I told you the rest of my setup, so I hope you're hearing me okay, and like I said, your signal sounds great tonight. Over.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, when you're in the clear, you're almost 20 over, so you're coming across just about any of the noise that's out there. And yeah, fine business on the 7300. That's what we're running here as well. And we've got we're on our portable equipment. We're going out west here in a week, and we're going to be doing some portable through Colorado, Wyoming, and South Dakota. So we're taking the 7300. The antenna is an MP1 by Super Antenna, which is basically a manual screwdriver. It's a portable antenna, breaks down to 1 foot. From the tip of the antenna to the ground is almost 10 foot, sits on top of a 3-foot tripod right now. And that's what we're running. We did pick up a Heil Pro Elite headset today. That's what we're running here for the first time. So we wanted to give it a go. But if you would, next go around, like your input and what your thoughts are on that ACOM 1010. Seems like a very nice amplifier. Just don't know much about it there. Go ahead.
I love this ACOM 1010. I've had it for about 6 months now, and it is so forgiving and so nice. It'll run on lower voltage if you happen to have, voltage dips in your supply. It's not all sensitive, and it just works. I really like it. You were talking about earlier, but yeah, the 7300 works well with it, and I'm really pleased with it. So, over.
Yeah, I think that's great. We were easier to get around per se, but my understanding that ACOM is very robust amplifiers, and like you said, fairly forgiving. My thing in amateur radio, the more buttons to push, turn, or pull, the more trouble I seem to get into. So simplicity would definitely be a plus for me. I have heard a few others with 1010s, but not really got any feedback per se. Very good that you do seem to like it. Congrats on that. And, sometimes just to kind of get over the hump, a little bit of power comes in real handy. We've got an old 10-Tech Hercules 2 in the shack, which will run off of 12 volt, and as well as the power supply that comes with it, of course. And it's basically a 500 watt. We use that from time to time as well there, Roger.
All right, Randy. Hey, could you tell me what type of battery power you use in your portable, or are you using generator power, or how are you powering your station?
We use 3 marine deep cycle batteries that you would use like in a trolling motor or whatever for a boat. We use 3 of the 27 series. Those are the big batteries, and we use those all 3 in series. Our portable setup, and then we'll also be running a intention, and that's what we're doing right now as well. We're actually live here on YouTube as well, and just kind of breaking it out and making sure things are working. So it's going to be interesting. Portable's a lot of work, but it's a whole lot of fun as well there, Roger.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm interested in that, and I think that battery setup is a great way to go.
Well, you can certainly get some time out of it, but you figure, I believe the batteries are 55, 60 pounds a piece, which will fit fine in the back of the pickup truck. I mean, I would not want to take that on location day in and day out. Of course, that would be a little tough. But we're hoping at a couple of locations we can actually use the amplifier as well. So
battery portable setup, because that's amazing.
Well, it's just for me personally, I use stuff that's available. We do quite a bit of bass tournaments as well, so we change out batteries every couple of years. These batteries still have some life to them, but we always like to start the season with a fresh set of batteries. So we pulled these batteries out. These are 29. It should be a lot of fun for everybody there, Roger.
All right, Randy. Great K0RWB from November 8, call Silver X-ray, 73.
Yeah, thanks again, Jeff. We do appreciate it. Hey, thanks for the Q, so I really did enjoy it. And again, thank you for Michigan. Hopefully we'll have a chance to talk again real soon. And maybe even when we're out doing the portable ops on the first week of August. If you hear us out there, give us a call back. You could be the only one. You can never tell. Just don't know what to expect. Hey, you and yours, be safe, be well, enjoy the rest of your evening, and a good Friday and the weekend coming up. We do appreciate it so much. November 8, Golf Delta X-Ray, Kilowatt 0 Radio, Whiskey Bravo. Thank you again, Jeff, 73s. This is Kilowatt 0 Radio, Whiskey Bravo, QRZ. Any other stations? Come out with your call, please. Wait, portable. Try it again if you would, please.
This is Kilo 8 Victor India November Portable. K8 VIN Portable on Lake Huron in Michigan. Over.
All right, up in Lake Huron. I hope I put it in right. So the logger's telling me this is Kevin. Is that a Roger?
Roger that. The name is Kevin, Kilo Echo Victor India November. And I'm picking you up Q5 up here about 10 over on the southern shore of Lake Huron in Michigan, right on the Canadian border. Over.
Yeah, we've been to Huron. What a great lake. I fished a couple of tournaments up there years ago. So you wanted to leave the heat and bustle, the hustle and bustle and heat of Tampa and head up head up north there, Roger?
Summer here, we're moving to Lake Huron. We're moving down to Lake St. Clair. A couple weeks ago, my brother that lives on Lake St. Clair, which is right above Detroit there, about 50 miles south of where I'm at right now. So we're going to kill a couple birds with one stone. While we're up here visiting, we're going to catch a few relatives same time there. Over.
Well, I think that's great. And, you know, you're doing a great job for portable. You know, you're the second one tonight that we had that stopped in and said hello that's also running portable. Again, if you hadn't caught that last QSO, we'll be doing that next week. We'll be running portable for a week through Colorado, Wyoming, and South Dakota. And so, yeah, you know, portable's a lot of fun, and we're really looking forward to it. It could be a little bit of work, but that's okay. That's what makes it fun. But, yeah, you sound really good in my receipt for portable. So next go-around, tell me the working conditions there. Go ahead.
Roger that. I will tell you the working conditions, Randy. Randy, the working conditions here are an Icon 300. And the antenna is a kind of a homebrew portable rig I put together.
Play my phone.
Coil. And the Silver Bullet 1000 coil. And I'm also using 3 32-foot radios that are 3 foot above ground at the ground level. I've got the antenna and the coil up on a tripod stand about 8 foot in the air. So the coil and the...
We're going to try to make this work the best you can. So that last go-round, you finished 5.9 plus 10, so it came up quite a bit. The portable antenna here is an MP1 by Super Antenna, manual screwdriver. You just kind of move the slide up and down the coil until you get resonant to what antenna or what band you want to be on. So it'll run 6 through 40, and ours isn't much difference on a 3-foot tripod. It breaks down into a foot, and then you throw it in the backpack, a little bag. You put it in the backpack, really simple. The key for this antenna I found was ground radials that are cut for each specific band. So currently we have 4 ground radials that are out 10 foot and then bent into an L configuration so we don't have a big footprint. And it's just nothing but stereo speaker wire. So that's what we're operating here on the 7300. But, yeah, let's go around. You came up really nice in my receive there. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're about 10 over right now. You've come up also You were actually, when you were on 205, I heard you there, and then you moved up to 206, and where I'm at, there was someone right on 206, so they had stopped transmitting, so it's cleared up a little bit. But, yeah, you're coming through real loud and clear. Good Q5 armchair copy, man. We almost have the same antenna system going here, and that could be helping us out also, both using verticals. It's working real well for you there, so you should have no problem with that when you get out west or Colorado, wherever you're headed out that way. Are you going for vacation or just going out there for some type of a field event? Over.
Well, we've got a nephew that's getting married next Sunday on August the 1st that evening. So we're taking the YL and the dog and taking our camper. We've got some friends that live just north of Colorado Springs. They're on the Front Range. Out in the country, so we're going to be taking the camper to their property and hanging out there, and through Monday, and then on Tuesday morning we're heading up to Rapid City, South Dakota, and we'll be up there to that Friday, and we'll be in the Custer State Park, over through Rushmore, of course, and then we'll have one day to go over to Devil's Tower, and we hope to be doing portable at those locations. And then Friday evening, we're heading out to the Badlands in south central South Dakota for a day and a half. We're going to try to do a couple of portables while we're there, and then Sunday roll on back here to Kansas City. There, Roger?
Yeah, Roger. Where are you located in right now? What's the QTH? You here in Missouri? Over?
Yeah, the home QTH, we're 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City here on the Missouri side. A little town of Bates City, really small population. We're 1 mile off of Interstate 70 out here in the country. But if I told you the town, you'd shake your head and say, what? So I just tell people the mileage and how far we are from downtown Kansas City, and at least it gives them some idea there, Roger.
Coming good. If the band was a little clearer tonight, you'd be having no problems at all. I mean, it's only the interference from other stations that's, affecting you, but it has cleared up quite a bit since that other guy got off the air on 206 here. So now you're still coming in loud and clear, real strong at 10 over 9. So that system you're using is working real well for you. And I've experimented with this Wolf River coil and the 17-foot telescopic whip at a bunch of different frequencies. I've used it on 20 meters. I've used it on, I've used it on 6 meters and 75 and 80 meters. It just depends on how far you pull the antenna out. That's one good thing about it. I can shorten it up and use it on other bands, which works good. And then shortening that coil out for 20 meters, pretty much you don't even need the coil with that 17-foot MFK whip antenna. You can it's resonant just with the 17-foot whip by itself, but I use a Rig Expert analyzer to make quick work of setting up the whole system. But I usually talk on 40 meters with it. That's why I've got the 32-foot radials on there right now. So it doesn't require that long radials, but like you said, if you cut the radials for the particular band, they work much better. So it just seems to work real well with the 32-footers right now. Back to you, Randy.
Yeah, well, like I said, we had this antenna for back in 2016 for the National Parks on the Air program, primarily what we bought it for. We did quite a few of the activations, as they called it. We did all of Missouri, Arkansas, Iowa, Kansas, 3/4 of Colorado, For Missouri, we were second in the state as an activator, and I think we were either third or fourth as a chaser, if you will. And it's an antenna you can set up in about 2 minutes, and you can throw it in your backpack and go. At that time, the portable setup was a Yaesu 857 Delta with 2 LiPo batteries and this antenna. And it was just phenomenal. You could sit up and be working in just a couple of minutes and do a pretty good job. I mean, there's always a compromise, of course, but with trial and error, and I'm sure you noticed this as well, the radio has made a big difference. Again, it comes with its own little bag. I can break everything down to 12 inches, throw it in the bag, throw it in my backpack, and I'm done. I do have a stinger whip for it to give it a little bit more stability, so to speak, if I'm going to be set up for a long period of time. Otherwise, I can put that little collapsible antenna back on it and break it down, and off you go. So it's just been a really great antenna. I do talk about it quite often. A lot of people have asked me about it. We actually did a video several months ago on the MP1, on the performance and the setup, and I know a lot of people were really interested in this as well. So, the chameleons make great antennas, and you can use the ham sticks and everything else. This seems to work out real well for us there, Roger.
Yeah, Roger, Andy, I agree with you on that. I almost bought that antenna that you're using. I ended up getting the river coil because a friend of mine had one, and I ended up buying it off of him because he wasn't using it. And I had, entertained the idea of getting the one that you're using. And since he had it, gave it to me for a good price. I paid $20 for it, so I couldn't, complain about a $20 bill for that coil. And then I bought the MFJ 1979 right from MFJ, which cost a few more bucks. But I don't have hardly any money into this setup. It's really affordable. And what I used for the tripod stand was, I'm a musician, and I had a speaker stand that I wasn't using anymore. It held up my speakers when I would go do small gigs. So I just took one of those and cannibalized it, and it goes up to about close to 8 foot with the thing fully extended, and it's made out of about a 2-inch in diameter aluminum tube. It's a little bit on the bigger side, but it does fold down to small enough to fit it into an Army duffel bag. So I take that and the antenna and put it in an Army duffel bag, and then I put my 7300 into a Pelican flight case, and with 2 packages, I'm good to go. And if I'm using shore power like I'm using right now, I'm using battery power plugged in at my sister's house, and I'm using the Samilex SCC's 1235M 35 amp desktop power supply. It's a real small little thing. It's only about 2 inches tall by about maybe 7 inches wide. It fits in the Pelican case along with my radio, so I'm good to go with 2 packages, and I can take my little mini station with me pretty much every time I go on vacation. I like to have it if I'm going to be, somewhere for an extended amount of time anyway, like this summer here. So I had the Yaesu 857, and I used to use that thing portable. And when I bought the ICOM, it's small enough to be able to still take it portable and get 100 watts out of it, which was nice to have the 100 watts. I still have a battery-powered radio. I've got the Yaesu 817NG, but that's only 5 watts. And I got tired of not making a whole lot of contacts with 5 watts, so the ICOM 100 watts makes it a lot easier, that's for sure. So with that, back to you, Randy.
Yeah, that's a great setup, and it looks like you've got it working out quite well for you. My little tripod in the beginning was a music stand. We took the table portion off, to put your music on, and it was about 2 foot in the air. So That's what we used in the beginning. So then we know what they say: like minds think alike. No doubt. Hey, I thought or I need to mention to you that we, I don't know what your availability is for resources up there running portable, but we are doing this live on YouTube. And if you're curious and see how you sound on the air, Kevin, you can listen to our QSO. It's live, but also records. You've got two ways to get to it. My YouTube channel is my call sign, K0RWB. You can go right to YouTube, put in my call in the search bar. Look for tonight's video with today's date on it, and it says live, or you can go to my QRZ page. I've got a link. It takes you right to it as well. But again, you've been 5.9 plus there just about the entire time, and sounds very good in my receive. I just thought if you're interested, you'd like to hear what you sound on the air, you could certainly check out my YouTube channel there and give a look and a listen there, Roger.
Yeah, that sounds like a great thing. When I get off the radio here and get to the computer, I will definitely do that, Randy, and see what we have going on here. I know my voice is a little on the raspy side right now. I've been on the radio for a couple of hours, so I'm starting to lose my voice, and I need a little water refreshment there. So I'm going to be actually shutting her down here soon, so I'm going to do that as soon as I get off the radio with you and take a listen and see what's going on. I'm sure it sounds good. Are you recording on what radio did you say you were using again?
Yeah, I'm on the 7300 right now. We picked up this headset this afternoon. We got a local amateur radio store. I think it would be pretty close to where we started. You could give a look and a listen, see what you think. Again, we don't get that much of an opportunity very often to see or to actually hear what we sound like on the air. And this is as close as you're going to get. I mean, this is what's actually coming across the air. And it's just another dimension of amateur radio. I'm not the first one to do this. I didn't think about this. There's others who came way before me. I don't know of anybody else that's been here in the Midwest area per se. It's been a lot of fun. We enjoy doing it. I think others do as well there, Roger.
Yeah, Roger, sounds good, Randy. I'm going to do that for sure. Right now, are you recording the audio with the computer out of the USB port on the ICOM 7300, over?
Yeah, what happens is you use the USB ports in the back of the radio, goes into a computer, and then we're using a studio software called OSB Suite, and then you can upload that, or you can actually send that over to YouTube. Of course, you're going through a couple of different servers. That's why there's about a 20 or 30-second delay in when it shows up. I mean, I could record it internally and then upload it later. I think it's kind of cool to do it live. And on the picture that you see, I do have a radio power meter, an audio scope, an audio spectrum. So not only you get to hear yourself, but you can actually watch your signal on the audio spectrum to see where your highs are at, where your lows, your mid-range, and so forth. If you decide you want to do some tweaking, what a great way to use that as a test. So that's kind of how that setup works, Roger.
That is fantastic, and I'll tell you what, you have been sounding good, so you really got that headset tuned in there on the ICOM. It is really sounding awesome. I'm using the desk mic right now, the one that came, not the desk mic, the handheld mic that came with the ICOM. And, everybody has told me this thing sounds pretty good with this microphone. So ICOM, I think, did a pretty good job of matching their handheld mic up to the radio. I've never had any complaints, and I had a couple of guys help me set it up over the air, and I've left the microphone and the treble and bass and everything set exactly the way that they, played it back to me, and it sounded fantastic. So I just left it there, and it's been like this for about over a year. So what do you think about the audio on my side, taking into consideration that I've been talking for a couple hours here? So I know my voice is probably really getting raspy right now. K8VIN for ID.
No, I think it sounds fine. It really does, and the signals have been holding, so maybe the band is starting to change. I mean, it's going on 8:30 Central, so maybe the band is starting to open up a little bit, be a little more stationary. That's a good thing. But no, you sound good in my receive. Again, I don't know your voice as well as you do, so this is a great way to look and see. What I do, I try to equate this as how do you sound on the telephone. And that's what I did, because I thought I sounded really good in my headphones in the beginning. I listened to the playback and I said, "Oh, that was absolutely awful." So I just kind of equated it to what would I sound like on the phone. And this is the first day for this. This is our first contact this evening. I have enjoyed it. Hopefully we'll have a chance to have many more QSOs. Maybe when we're out doing the portable out west. We're going to do that the best we can. So I've told people before, if you really want to know when we're going to be on, the best thing to do is go to my channel and click on the notification bell on the YouTube, and it'll tell you when I'm actually live. It'll show up and say, "Hey, Randy's live doing this." That's really the best way, because it's going to be a little bit here and there. But listen, I want to hold it, see if maybe we can make a few more contacts, Kevin, before we shut down. But have enjoyed it very much. Again, sounds really good in my receive. You threw me for a loop there in the beginning. I pulled a logger and it showed just north of Tampa, Lando Lakes, and then you told me Lake Huron, so I don't blame you for being up there. I'm sure Tampa is pretty warm this time of year. And listen, you and yours be safe, be well, enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you very, very much for the QSO. Appreciate you taking the time to stop in and say hi. Glad we got a chance to talk, and I look forward to it again really soon. Kilo 8, Victor, India, November, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you again, Kevin. You take care, 7-3s.
7-3s, Randy. The pleasure was all mine this evening. Thank you for recording my voice and letting me an attestant to what I'm sounding like here and letting me in on the YouTube channel. That's really neat. I'll be loving to listen to that when I get out to the computer. So with that, God bless you and your family, and have a good summer, and have fun at the wedding. And we will definitely try to make contact with you while you're out there enjoying your family and having a good time. So the Kilowatt 0 Radio Whiskey Bravo to the VIN Portable 8 Michigan, wishing you best of 73, and we'll hope to hear you again. We'll catch you down the log. VIN clear.
Okay, I do appreciate it. Take care, and thank you again. We'll go ahead and clear with Kevin. And let's see real quick if Terry's out there. Terry hit me up on the chat, see if he's out there on the air as well. Whiskey Charlie 8 Foxtrot. Terry, are you out there? Come back with your call there, buddy. Are you still hanging in? Yeah, we'll try it again. Whiskey Charlie 8 Foxtrot. Terry, are you there?
WA5FWC, Texas.
Well, Texas is always big. Just give me one more chance here. He hit me up on the chat. We'll see if Terry's there, and then we'll come back to you if that's okay. Whiskey Charlie 8 Foxtrot. Terry, are you still there? We'll give it one more go. Well, nothing heard. That's okay. K0RWB. How about it, Texas? Give me your call if you would, please.
Whiskey Alpha 5, Foxtrot Whiskey Charlie Gar in Venus, Texas.
Oh, is this Gar again? You did make it.
Yeah, I was looking above 7212 and give up looking up there, so I come down here and there you were, over.
You know, if you're looking at the waterfall like I am, it is packed. And I tried 72, 20, 23, 26, all the way up to 46, and it was just crazy. It came back down here to 12. That was busy. I started at 7205, and then there was somebody at 7202.5 that was just beating me to death, so we came up here to 206. And so this is the best I can come with. But I'll look at the meter and let's go around. Didn't have a problem hearing you, though.
Okay, no problem. Well, you're fine here, too. I'm only running about 500 watts tonight, so just running this old MLA 2500 is kind of easy. It's about 40 years old, so got better amplifiers, but I'm trying to make sure this one's going to work for my buddy there. Or
yeah, I don't blame you. Well, you're 5'9" plus 20, so for the 480-mile straight line, I guess we're going to work okay. Yeah, this is that little MP1 I was telling you about earlier, that little manual screwdriver, and this is the portable setup that we're going to take with us. And it's been working pretty well, I will say. We got Colorado Springs, I think, has been the farthest so far. We got into Michigan a couple of times. I actually worked a couple of portables as well. So it's been really interesting. I'm glad to see that it's working. Of course, you know, the band really dictates what happens anyway there, Roger.
Yeah, QSL. I think we're about 482 miles stop to stop there. Yeah, you're coming in very nicely, 5.9 plus. 5.9 plus about, 4 or 5 dBs over 9. Real nice signal here. And I'm not running the 4-square. I'm on a inverted V about 155 feet up over.
Yeah, that doesn't hurt anything. Well, if you don't mind, I've been trying to solicit some feedback. This is the new headset, that Pro Set Elite or Pro Elite headset. And we did some adjustments, of course, in the rig. And we've got a little switcher on the side of the headset. But it sounds really muffled in my receive, but I'd be curious what you think it sounds on your end.
Sounds really good. Your audio is very, very good. Beautiful audio, well-rounded, plenty of punch to the signal. You're coming in very nicely. 5.9 plus here, so kind of hard to beat that, Randy. Over.
Yeah, well, I have to give him credit. The 7300, I think it's a pretty terrific radio. I mean, there's a ton of them out there, and we got this in January as an upgrade from the older rig, and it's really simple to set up audio-wise. I mean, it's really, it's almost like a stereo in your car, so it's pretty simple. The thing is, you just don't sound. At least I don't sound like I think I should in
sessions here, but this is my wife's radio, and she's a CW op, but I set that for in the house, so it's not out in the shack down by the runway, but yeah, that's pretty good. It's one of my favorite rigs anymore. Over.
A really nice selection of used equipment, and I think he's got, I think I saw a 440 today. They had a 450 over there of Kenwood. I started with Kenwood when I got into the hobby, and then just kind of progressed over to. I mean, they all make good rigs, or they wouldn't be making them. But I guess it's a matter of Chevy, Ford, and Dodge kind of thing. But I guess I've got the Chevy and the Ford. I'm not sure how you equate it, but this here really, it's a great price point radio, works quite well. I do like my Yaesu just a little bit better than FTDX10, but this seems to get the job done as well.
It's got a lot of features. Your built-in pan adapter is pretty nice. Of course, if you're 79 years old, you need a magnifying glass for it. Over.
Well, and my previous rig for 12 years was a Yaesu FT950, which was just heads and shoulders above the old Kenwood TS140 I started with. And it's all menu driven, but I got it down to 2 menus: the power and how wide or how narrow your transmit was. Everything else was set, and I didn't mess with it. And then you get this thing with this, display and waterfall and holy mackerel. And then you get to the point where it's almost mesmerizing, and then you're like, well, how would I work? How would I work without it? And that's really, I don't know, it's really sad to say. I guess that's just kind of where things have come to. But, it is nice to see that waterfall only because you're looking for a free spot. I'd hate to go someplace I think is open and then, call and, you're on top of people ever. So I just say, well, I use the waterfall to find an open spot.
Yeah, because that's where we do contesting. Yeah, I use it the same way. Really, or if you're on a band and you just, like 17, there's nobody on it, you can see somebody pop up, you can go check them out. Just click on it. Mine's click and go. So, got a pan adapter that's 23 inches sitting up on the wall here, so we're going to see what's on the band and where it's at. So that's what I was doing, looking for signals a while ago, and I finally kept seeing this signal. I thought, well, I'll go check it out. It's not in the range. But I use an separate SDR receiver, and I have a complete separate receive system for the pan adapter. Over.
Yeah, I did that on my 950. I had an HRD set up. I was running 2 different monitors, and had one for the SDR, which was really pretty nice. Go in the IF shift port that was inside the radio and got the dongle and everything else, and it worked pretty well. And again, this is what I really do like about this new Yaesu FTDX10. It's got that 8 DVI spot in the back for an external monitor, which is nice, whatever size you want to use, of course. I've got a 39-inch upstairs I can use it for, but we have a video capture card on it, so we can actually take that video, put it into our OBS suite that we're using here software-wise, and then we can actually put that radio display onto our YouTube channel, so you get to actually see it as the radio is, and I think that's kind of cool. I wish they did this for this rig. I think maybe down the road they probably will. I know the 7610 has that DVI port in the back, but boy, it'd be really cool if this radio did it as well.
Yeah, I just dumped over a glass of tea on my glass table, and it's running all under my radio. I guess it'll be all right because I just went and got me a big old glass of iced tea with lots of lemon and lime and lots of ice, and here it is all over the down table. Oh well, got most of it up. Radio's up off the table, so there shouldn't be no issue there. First time I've done that. I just hit it with my elbow. Oh well. I guess I better get out here and clean the mess out. So Randy, WA5FWC.
Well, that's okay. Hey, thanks for taking the time. I'm glad we got to talk earlier and did the email exchange. I do appreciate that, and I'm glad you found us. That's why I tell people I really hate to say where you're going to be, because as soon as you say you're going to be here, there's always something in the way and you end up going someplace else. So I think I'll just say, well, the plan is to be on 40 meters, and then where we go from there, it all depends on the open spot. Again, I was taught to try to be a good steward of amateur radio in my station, and that's what we've tried to do. Sometimes we do better than others, but that's the intent. Anyhow, but yeah, go ahead and clean up your mess there. But gosh, I did appreciate it twice in one day, and yeah, no issues hearing you at all. I'm hoping that the rest of the band will be like that the rest of the evening. We're good till the top of the hour, then we'll shut down. So we've got a little bit of time yet, about 20 minutes to make a few more contacts, what have you. But it's been fun, and I hope that when I get out west and start running portable, at least I'll get one contact with you. I shouldn't have any problem hearing you, so hopefully it'll be that way. So anyway, go clean up your mess. Thanks for finding us, and now you know how to get a hold of us multiple ways. So thank you again, and I'm sure at some point I'll hear Armando. So I'll say 7-3s, Whiskey Alpha 5, Foxtrot Whiskey Charlie, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thanks again.
Yeah, just one more thing. I'm going to flip it to the Foursquare, and it's quieter, much quieter, but I doubt I'll be quite as strong because it's got such a low angle. Hold on just a second here. Would you like to see that?
Yeah, that'd be fine. Because you're pushing about 25 to maybe 30 over now.
Okay, here's a Foursquare. Now on a Foursquare I don't have an exact north heading. I've got it northeast, and if I flipped it northwest, I doubt you'd see any difference because it actually works in 4 good directions, and I've got it aligned on the continent of the world from this location. But here's the Foursquare, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll flip it back to V. Okay, here's the inverted V, and the noise floor is about a couple of inch units lower on the Foursquare than it is on the V, over.
Yeah, the Foursquare, you're 5 and 9 plus 10, the audio's down, and then when you're back on the V, then you're 20 plus, the audio is way up there.
Okay, well it's just because of the angle of radiation that the Foursquare just beats the pants off the inverted V. At 9 ways from Sunday, if you get out about 3,000 or 4,000 miles, it just beats it all to death. I mean, it's like not having an antenna and having one, over.
Yeah, I can imagine it is. So you know what I'm dealing with. I have a compromised antenna, but I'll have it out there as well. So I got to get used to what I get.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, well, this is just one of the V's. I've got 4 different V's. They're 80/40s. I have Tyne 80 and 40 to 1 coax amp. Have them on different switches so I can switch, north, south, east, west. This is heading due north. It's broadside north, south right now. So that's the best. I was sure that'd be the best antenna because the other Foursquare is shooting about about 45 to 50 degrees northeast. And if I flip it to the west, which we don't have a north, they just have 4 good directions, but they're wide because of the band, the angle of it. It's you know, it's probably about 335 something on the northwest, but there's an overlap there, and it only is down about maybe a couple of dBs across the whole passband of the beam width there. The beam width is somewhere around 30 degrees, real good. Then it drops off. It has like a 90-degree beam width, and so from 90 degrees to 30 degrees, you see a little bit of roll off. But hell, it works anybody in the world. Go ahead.
No, it sounds good. Again, I've got no problem hearing you here, but I can just imagine out in the distance there, it would probably make a big difference as well. So I look forward to getting a chance to hear some more technical on your setup. I did enjoy this afternoon and what you've been saying so far. So, and then we've got other people I've talked with that are making loops. I call them Delta loops. Now they're not that big, but I've got a friend of mine out in Colorado that's got his loop underneath his patio or his back deck, and he'll sit in here and talk just almost like what you are right now. Not quite as strong, but pretty darn close to it. So it's pretty cool. You guys are a whole lot better at making antennas than I am. So I leave it to professionals. I can't afford to replace this radio equipment. So, hey, thanks again, Gar. We've got a couple more minutes if I can get a few more, but I do appreciate you taking the time. Glad you found us, and I'm sure we'll find each other again, no doubt. So you take care. I do appreciate it.
RWB, WA5FWC, very good. Excellent. Yeah, well, you know, a horizontal loop close to the ground is kind of like a cloud burner, cloud warmer, so probably you get a lot more Nevis effect, you know, near vertical incident radiator. So it probably, you know, within a shorter distance, it works really well, but it doesn't work well at no angle. All right, man. Adios, WA5FWC. Nice to meet up with you. We'll talk to you later.
Yeah, thank God. I do appreciate it. Yeah, you take care. WA5 Foxtrot Whiskey Charlie, Kilowatt 0 Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thanks again, 7-3. Let's see if I think Bob is out there in the sticks waiting around for us. Whiskey 0 Bravo November Charlie BNC. Bob, are you there? Well, gosh, turn up the volume or something. Surely we were better than... Well, I'm on a compromised antenna, though, so maybe we're going to get what we get there, Roger.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, I'm on the wire. Compromised too, 15 feet off the ground. Gotta do what I can do, you know.
Well, that's okay. I'm sure you copied that last go-round. I thought maybe you'd have one of the loops out there, but I'm still dumbfounded how well that thing works sitting underneath your deck. Yeah, very cool. Well, I wish I could give you a little more time frame. What I can tell you currently is this time next Thursday we'll be in the Black Forest, and then I'm hoping maybe Friday. It's just going to be such a crazy time up until after the wedding on Sunday, and then and Tuesday we're heading up to Rapid City. We'll be out to the rest of the week, so we've got a really short time frame. So. The thing I could I think the best thing to do, I'll send you an email with a phone number. We can exchange numbers, and we could probably talk on the phone a lot better than we could this. Maybe try to figure something out. I'd like to get up there. It just kind of figures out what kind of time is going to work for both of us. That's the best I can tell you, Roger.
Yeah, Roger that. And just to be sure that you're talking Friday of next week,
You just dropped down, Bob. Try that again.
You said Friday. You're talking Friday next week or next weekend,
Yeah, we're going to be there next Thursday, so it could be Friday or Saturday morning. Again, I got to try to figure out I mean, I don't want to be staying with some friends in the Black Forest and not spend time with them as well, since we're staying on their property. We're bringing the camper out, of course. So I've got to try to figure out, juggle some time for everybody there, Roger.
Yeah, Roger. I hear you. Definitely family function. Well, yeah, like you said, you've got my email address, it's really good. And you can send me your phone number or anything like that. It's mine. You'll have it. And just send me a text, and you kind of have an idea of the time frame, and we'll figure something out. That's the only thing I have going on. We've got a comedy show, the Wi-Fi is going to Saturday evening.
Well, I would imagine that probably Saturday would be better for you guys than Friday, though, correct?
Either way, it don't matter. I work Monday through Friday. I get off at 3:30. So like I say, the only thing I really have planned is Saturday evening. So other than that, I'm on vacation.
Well, again, I'll send you an email here after a while this evening with the info, and then we get a chance to talk. We'll try to figure something out. Yeah, I don't know if we can make it, a chance to get on the air, other than maybe, like you said before, a handshake and a beer, that kind of stuff would be fine with me as well. Yeah, will do, Bob. Hey, thanks for giving us a heads up here on the chat. Appreciate it. It's been a very unusual night. Of course, we're on the portable gear tonight, the antenna as well. So that's probably why I'm not as strong on the receive side and not as strong on the transmit side as well. But that's what we're going to have. So I got to get used to using it. We'll get back on the good gear tomorrow evening, but we wanted to try it tonight. Everything seems to be working pretty well. And we just got this new headset today, so that's another reason why we were trying this out. We're going to be using this headset out there, so it'll free up, having to use a hand mic, and I didn't want to put a boom out there. So anyway, it's the way it works. But yeah, we'll talk soon. And thanks for the heads up on the chat again. I appreciate it, Bob. And we'll figure out a time that works for both of us. Whiskey Zero Bravo November Charlie BNC K0 Red White and Blue Kansas City. Thanks again, Bob.
Contact.
Yeah, 1 sec. Okay, Bob. Hey, take care, brother. Appreciate it. This is Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo QRZ. Contact. Go ahead with your call.
Yeah, Kilo Delta 9 Foxtrot Juliet India Art in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Art in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Yes, that is correct. At least that's what the logger says. Hey, thanks for giving us a call. Appreciate it very much. The name here is Randy. QTH is 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri. And welcome to YouTube Live. We're doing live on YouTube as well there. Go ahead.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Anyway, Randy, we're running inverted V antenna too. It's an inset wire, 9-to-1 on. And running ICOM 746 Pro and an old Centaur. It's a Kentech Centaur 411. I just happened to be looking around on eBay, and I thought, well, I was looking for an amplifier, but I wanted something 160, and some of them were really overpriced for what it is. And I saw a price tag. This guy wanted to buy it now for $300, so I jumped on it. And it's got the original tube, the old Switchlandia, white
power supply that's adequate for it, and it also works on 12 volts. So you put a couple of deep cycle marine batteries on it, and boy, watch out. And we'll get 500 watts all day long. That seems to make a difference. That's kind of what we're doing this evening, Art, is we're running our portable setup that we'll be taking with us a week from now and doing some portable ops in Colorado, Wyoming, and South Dakota. So we've got our portable antenna sitting outside, little MP1 by Super Antenna, manual screwdriver, the 7300 here, the new headset, and we're trying to put everything together. It's working pretty good. Have a little extra fun, a little added dimension, putting this on YouTube as well. Roger?
Hey, Roger, I'll tell you what, you're 10 over. Sometimes you're 10 over. The headset just sounds great. I'm running a InRed mic. It's a
M629, and I guess it's doing all right here. I started out with Kenwood too, and I went through a few Kenwoods, and then I found out that I like the ICOM a lot better. It just has so many good features on it. I've got 3 different filters on this. You can shape them any way you want. It's just a 746 Pro, but it does have the 2 meters, which I like. And so it's kind of a jack in the box. It doesn't have everything that you want, but you can always hook a lot of things up to it. It has a lot of possibilities. And my inset is I've got 78 feet to use in my backyard, and that's it. It's running north and south. It's on a spire beam pole at the apex, and that's the only way I can get it up in the air. It's 22 feet at the apex, and I'm in an HOA, so they are kind of forgiving because I know the ones that are running it, and I told them at one time they started asking about the antenna. I told them, I said, it's either that or you can't really see it from the road. You might see maybe 2 or 3 feet of it from the road, but it's black and it kind of blends in. But I told them if you don't want to have that, I'm going to find the biggest, ugliest TV antenna I can find, and I'm going to mount it right on the front roof of my house so everybody can see it. And I said, maybe you'll like that one better. Oh, no, you're just fine, No, I guess you gotta work them in a way that benefits you. Anyway, that's about all we got. Back to you, sir.
Yeah, that's great. It's again, the one thing nice about 40 meters, you can be very quite successful with 100 watts in a wire, or a little bit of extra power there as well. But you see, I think you said 22 feet at the apex. The tip of my antenna to the ground is almost 10 feet, and it's on a 3-foot tripod. This is an antenna that breaks down into about a foot, and you can throw it in a little bag, put it in your backpack. It's like I said, it's a manual screwdriver. Even has a collapsible stinger on top. I have a hard stinger right now, just gives a little bit more durability, but I can break that down as well. Again, it's compromised per se. What seems to help this one is I cut ground radios for each specific band. So I have ground radios. I have 4 of them currently that are cut here for 40 meters. I come out about 10 feet away from the tripod, make a right-hand turn, so they're in an L configuration. I do that all the way around the base, so I don't have to take up a whole lot of real estate to set it up anywhere. It's very nondescript. It blends in quite well, so people don't complain about it. They don't see it, and it works out real well for portable operations. The downside is having to lug around 3 deep cycle marine batteries, but that's as far as we'll go for portable. But it's the way that we're going to be doing it next week. So, Art, nice to hear you, and you sound really good in my receive. I hate to cut it loose. We've only got a few more minutes before we have to shut down this evening, and want to see if we can get. We've got a couple of. I think we've got a QRP station out there that's been trying to get in. We'll see if we can reach him. But gosh, you sound really good in my receive. Hey, congratulations on the amplifier. That is terrific. Good for you. I don't think we've had a contact. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I do show one. Back in 2016 on Christmas Eve, so you must have hit me up on the Christmas train. Myself and Bob, K8NY, for a couple of years, we're doing the Christmas train, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. Yeah, I have it in comments, so we did work on the Christmas train, woo-woo. Nice to work you again 5 years later. That's great, though. We appreciate it very much. Hey, like I said, if you're interested in listening to yourself on the air with our QSO, you go to YouTube, go to the search bar, put in my call, K0RWB, look for the video, today's date, and if you'd like to hear our QSO, see how you sound on the air, give a look and a listen. You actually can also see the audio scope and the audio spectrum, see what your signal actually looks like as well, and have some fun with it. That's we enjoy doing it there. I'll say 7-3 for now. You and yours be safe, be well. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday evening, the Friday, and the weekend coming up as well. And if you hear us out there in the western states here in the next week or so, by all means, shout back in there. You could be the only contact I have. You just never know. Kilo Delta 9, Foxtrot Juliet India, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you again, sir. 7 3s.
Okay, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Okay, I'll have to look that up. Hey, you have a good night. Nice talking to you, and we'll catch you again. And we'll let you go so you can maybe get one more in. 73.
Yeah, I appreciate it very much. I appreciate you taking the time. We'll go ahead and clear with you. See if maybe Justin is out there, been hanging out there, QRP. Kilo India 5, Golf Kilo Delta. See if he's still out there. Justin, can you hear us? K0RWB, back to you.
K0RWB, Kilo India 5, Golf Kilo Delta. Got a good copy on you, Randall. How about me?
Well, 5 and 3, 5 and 4. Hey, thanks for giving us a heads up on the chat. You know, I should be ashamed of myself from time to time. I forget to give us some time aside for portables, mobiles, and QRP, so I'm glad that you hit me up on the chat there. And thanks for sticking around. You know, so what's going on, QRP? You're out and about there? Go ahead.
Well, I'm back in Texas now. I was only able to talk to you, I think, at one time while I was up there in Oklahoma in our cabin. Maybe could get through to you while you were doing your portable thing, but maybe this next time. When exactly are you heading to Colorado?
We're going to be leaving. Well, we'll be just north of Colorado Springs this time next week, and we're there through Sunday. We've got a wedding to go to on Sunday, and then Monday will be our day. Tuesday, we're heading to Rapid City, South Dakota, for about 4 days. We'll be up into Custer State Park, Rushmore, in that area. One of those days we'll be going over to Devil's Tower in Wyoming. We hope to do some portable live streaming at those locations. And then Friday nights and all day Saturday to Sunday morning we'll be in the Badlands, South Central South Dakota, and then Sunday heading back home. So it's going to be a really quick run. We're hoping to get, even if it's 30 minutes, 45 minutes here and there, we'll hope to get a couple of portable ops in there, Roger.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. I come back to Texas, he's getting really warm up there. And all I see is having to settle back and forth and go out my homeless up. So I came back, and that way I can go to sleep at night with air conditioning. And we'll go back up there in the fall, probably in September sometime.
Yeah, I think since the last time we talked, I have to look at the log here. Well, it had to have been sooner than that. I saw May 7th, but gosh, it's been a very interesting 5 or 6 weeks. They had a tower that went down in a storm, and the antenna to go with it. Radio has been in the repair facility in California for 5 weeks. This radio here had an issue. We got that back a couple of days ago. It's been really interesting. So you haven't heard us for a reason. You know, and we kind of hated that, but a lot of it was out of our control. But I'd like to think we've got all that stuff behind us so we can get back out here, at least in the evenings during the week on a regular basis. That's the intent. It's been a little bit late here and there, but we've kind of made up for it. And I'm just hoping it'll get a little better. And like I said, next week's going to be very interesting, and the week after should be a lot of fun. We're going to try to squeeze some time in here and there. We're looking forward to it. So I'm hoping that we'll have a chance to work again, and the bands will be in our favor there, Roger.
Yeah, man, we did have a spring band right there. That's the kind of stuff that normally happens to me. I'm man. I just really love company, so I can identify with you. Yeah, what you need to do on your portable stuff out there is to run all them batteries with you. Build you a couple of these little QLP rooms. And, man, I tell you that, I built one. I think I tried to get a hold of you, but I couldn't make the trip. It's called a micro SDS. And it puts out 4 or 5 watts, and that thing will run all day on a little battery. It uses very little juice at all. But I'm building up one of those to do, I think, the post on the air type deal. Yeah,
you know, part of our setup is the proverbial portable that's going to be the antenna. I mean, I don't want to have a big footprint. I don't want. I want it to be rather nondescript. That's what this antenna does. We're going to have 3 deep cycle marine batteries with us, and we're going to have those in series, so they run the radio, the wireless router, the laptop, and extra monitor. We've got a 1,000-watt inverter we're going to tie that into, and we're going to take this amplifier with us. We're taking the 10-Tech Hercules. That'll work on 12 volt as well. We'll end up running 2 of those batteries in series for the amp. The other battery will run everything else. We're going to give it a go. We did it over Memorial Day weekend for 4 days, a couple hours each day, and everything held together pretty well. So we're going to give it a go and see how it works. I'm looking forward to it. It's a lot of work, but a lot of fun. We'll either be successful or die trying there, Roger.
Roger. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty good load there. I like the travel light. I went ahead and left my other CRP rig up at the cabin, so it is now officially part of the cabin station, and it's out in the barn, so I'm having to build me another one here for the home CCH. It's almost put together, and I'm making it in a smaller box, so I can stick it in the truck and try to see how it'll do as it is a mobile.
Yeah, we were looking at it as well. We thought about picking up a Yaesu 891 today when we were at the store, and either putting that in the mobile as we were going out there, and then using it portable. And I just like the features of this a little better on the 7300. You know, we're setting up, like I said, part of it's portable and part of it's going to be a little heavier than that. We understand that. But trying to do the webcam, trying to do the live stream with the router and everything else, you know, I can put it in the back of the truck and put a table right in front of me, you know, and again, not have a really large footprint. And I just want to try it and see how well it works. It may be a complete failure, but I want to try it because I don't know if it's been done before. Portable's been done. I don't know about the live stream part. That's going to be the tricky part. So we're going to give it a go. Hope people have a chance to check in and get a chance to see it, and hopefully, make a few contacts in the process there, Justin. Roger.
Yeah, I'll be looking for you. Yeah, it'd be kind of hard to run all that other gear on this thing. Yeah, if we're going to do the live stream and all that, we're going to have to travel a little bit heavy. So I will look for you next week and out there, and hopefully we'll find you. If not, maybe listen on YouTube here and see what kind of fun you're having out there. So I know that there's some more contact for you. So I'm going to go ahead and say 73. Thanks for giving me a shout, and I will talk to you again some other day. Be safe and be careful on your travel. Don't let any of those drunks out there run over you before you get to where you're going. So this is CI5GTD. I will be clear with you.
Yeah, no problem, Justin. Hey, one thing to keep in mind, when we're out there, if you'd like to know when we go live, you can, if you don't need to subscribe to the channel, I don't think, but you can hit that little notification bell. And what that does is when I go live, you'll know that either on your phone, if you've got YouTube app on your phone or on your computer, it'll say, boom, I'm going live. And at least that way you'll know. And then, again, I don't have a frequency. We're going to try 40 meters. We're going to try 40 meters. But I can't tell you exactly frequency because I just have to see where it's open. But that would be the best way to kind of know when we're doing it. Because like I said, it could be 30 minutes here or 45 minutes there, and then that's it, and we're moving on. So it's going to be, short and sweet and to the point. So that'd be the best way I can tell you. You can kind of catch and see where we're at. So, hey, again, thanks for giving us a heads up on the chat. Thank you for your patience there. And the first QRP contact and Mike Hotel Charlie. Is that a Roger?
Absolutely. Good evening. How are you?
Hey, doing pretty well. Hey, thanks for giving us a call. I haven't heard you in a while. How are things going on down there?
Absolutely. Things have been going wonderful. The last couple of weeks have been real busy. Been getting things in order. Back to you.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. I had a feeling that we were going to have a chance to work again. Probably more often than I can get out there. We just had a really crazy 5 or 6 weeks. But I'd like to think all the troubles are behind us, and we're doing what we need to now. But yeah, nice to hear you. As soon as I heard the Mike Hotel Charlie, I had a feeling it was. I don't care. I know it's Hollywood. I always say Scottsboro. I don't mean no disrespect to Hollywood or anything in between there, Roger.
No disrespect on this end. It's just a small town. We don't even have a red light. And, the whole area is known for its bass fishing. Hollywood, Mud Creek, Scottsboro, it's all lakefront.
Yeah, the little town I'm in, same way. We don't have a traffic light. We do have a stop sign, but you don't really need to stop because we don't have any traffic. So... Again, home's where you hang your hat, and that's just where we happen to be for now there, Mike. Roger?
Absolutely. I live way out in the country. I love it. It's quiet. There's hardly any noise around here for me to compete with. I got a neighbor on one side, a neighbor on the other side. The closest street light is probably a quarter mile down the road in either direction. It's just quiet and peaceful. That's the way I enjoy it.
Yeah, I'll bet. Hey, you may have told me before. I can't remember, but have you had a chance to eat over at the Mud Creek Barbecue?
Absolutely. I've eaten there many times. Wonderful place to eat. Beautiful view of the lake. Yeah, it's amazing over there. I have a good friend that I have that's local, right behind the barbecue. And he's an amateur radio operator too, an experienced amateur radio operator. Been licensed since he was 12 years old and he's in his 70s. Helped me a tremendous amount.
Well, that's great. When I was there last September, we did have a chance to go up there and partake. Now you got to remember now the Kansas City area. Where I'm at here has been known for its barbecue for quite a long time. We've got some really good barbecue restaurants here in the metro. But, they did pretty good. I'll have to give them credit. It was a nice little change of pace and a very nice place to eat. People were very friendly, and the prices are very good as well there, Roger.
Absolutely. It's kind of hometown. Smallness that brings attention a lot of time. And, every time I've been to Mud Creek Barbecue, the service was always phenomenal. Food was good. The atmosphere was good. Just a good place to eat.
Yeah, there's something to be said about some of the I call them small town restaurants. I think you just you get better food, you get better service. People look you in the eye and have a smile on their face, and that goes a long way. When you spend day in, day out, on the water in all different conditions, and you get a chance to kind of sit back and relax and get a decent meal, it goes a long way, Roger.
Absolutely. Let me recommend one more to you. You're going to have to go a little further on down the road. I live in Hollywood. We always talk about Scottsboro, and we always talk about you fishing at Goose Pond. But now, if you do happen to make your way on down 79 Highway to Gunnersville, there is a fabulous restaurant there called Top of the River. Really good food there. About 35-40-minute drive for me. Well worth the drive. When you turn into Goose Pond, instead of turning to the left, just go straight ahead and go right on down to Gunnersville. Anything on your cell phone, Top of the River, it'll put you right there. And they have a really nice meal, good place to eat, and it's also a view of the river. Thank you.
Roger, and that's the Topo River. Is that what you're talking about?
Absolutely, Top of the River.
Yeah, I've got it pulled up here on the logger. Yeah, just on the other side there of Paul Stockton Causeway. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I made it down I mean, I've made it down that way on the water, you know, but you know, not looking for food, if you know what I mean. But yeah, we'll have to give that a go again. I think they've got it scheduled again this next spring. We've got another tournament there at Gunnersville, and yeah, they always go at a goose pond, so we might have to head down that direction next time there.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you're down that way fishing, that's always a good place to grab a bite. And I mean, I think there's a boat ramp that's right there, just right by it. You just pull up and dock, and well, kind of like most creek barbecues that it's cheaper. I believe you'll enjoy the meal there.
Well, we've been past there because we didn't put in, but we ran down to Tallman Hollow, which is right around that point past the causeway, and had a few spots down there that we worked. So that's getting pretty close down to the very bottom end. So yeah, we'll have to give that a look. That sounds interesting. I would never really, you know, paid that much attention. You know, you kind of go where it's close because you're limited on time and stuff. But either the day before or the day after would certainly work out having a chance to go down there. We have to Hollywood, but I'd have to think about it again there. But I'll figure it out one of these days.
West of Hollywood, the only thing that I can even think of that's here in our town, there's a small hometown place called Shorty's Deli. And I mean, the food is just phenomenal. It's an old country store. When you open the door and walk in, you're walking on through hardwood floors.
Yeah, that would be very interesting. I think the one that was mentioned before was Pikeville Store and Grill. You know where that's at?
It's just like 5 minutes down the road for me. We always, well, quite often we call orders in on Friday afternoons when I'm headed in. You better call early. Most of the time it's about a 30-minute wait, but well worth the wait. Just an old country mom and pop place, phenomenal.
Well, you know, I can't get down and hit too many restaurants because, you know, then I'd forget about going down to fish, and that's what pays the bills there, Roger.
Absolutely. But now, Shorty's Deli, a whole lot closer to Goose Pond, just a short drive up 72 Highway. Do y'all come in through Nashville and down 24 and right into 72?
Well, I'm not sure where that's coming from, but kind of washed out there. Hey, Michael, it's a little bit, about 15 minutes past our top of the hour there, and I hate to cut it, but we had a couple of canines that are looking at us like, hey, let me out, so I need to shut it down anyway. We tried to go to the top of the hour, but had so much fun we wanted to do a couple more. But hey, thanks for giving us a call again this evening. Again, I know we would have worked more if it hadn't been some issues on my end. I'd like to think those are gone. Appreciate the updates. Always nice to hear you out there, man. Sounds real good. You've been 5'9" the entire time. Sounds really, really good in my receive. I do appreciate you giving us a call. What a great way to end the evening for me anyway, was to talk to you down there in Hollywood, Alabama. Always a pleasure. Look forward again. Like I said, this starting August the 1st, we're going to be between Colorado, Wyoming, and South Dakota doing some portable. So if you hear us out there, I don't know how strong we'll be, but if you hear us out there, try to give us a call back. You might be the only contact I have. Who knows? Hey, Mike, thanks again. You and yours, be safe, be well. Enjoy the rest of your evening. What's left of it, Good Friday and the weekend coming up. And really look forward to having a chance to chat with you again. Always enjoy our conversations. You take care. Kilo Oscar 4, Mike Hotel Charlie, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you again, 7 3s.
Absolutely, Randy. It's always good to talk to you. This is Kilo Oscar 4, Mike Hotel Charlie.
I'll be pleased.
All right, brother. Take care. Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. We're going to shut her down tonight. We'll be QRT.